the Palestinian cause has bagged a massive support from Congress MP from Wayanad, Priyanka Gandhi. In a latest move, Priyanka Gandhi, who has been quite vocal about his support and solidarity for Palestine, carried a bag with Palestine written on it, with symbols that show solidarity with the Palestinian cause, which also includes watermelon and a peace symbol, a symbol of a dove carrying the fig leaf, as a message of peace in the Middle East, in West Asia. But does it end there? It's the Congress party, a senior leader from the Congress party. What does this mean at a time when West Asia is in crisis? There's a war that is underway, a conflict between Israel and Palestine. The government over here has been taking a very, very cautious and balanced approach to this entire situation in West Asia. And at such a time, we have Priyanka Gandhi, who's come out absolutely openly supporting Palestine. There is a lot of history and context to it. We know how the Congress party has been quite supportive of and ensuring that the interests and rights of the Palestinians are protected, and that has been a part of history. But it is also a known history that Israel and diplomatic relations with Israel was established during the a Congress government under then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. But what does all this mean? First, let's look at the response of Priyanka Gandhi, and then we'll go to Neerja Chaudhary, a senior journalist, who's here to break it down for us. Listen in to Priyanka Gandhi.
You want to say something? Why are you carrying this bag?
I've said many times what my beliefs are regarding this. And if you look at my Twitter handle, all my comments are over there.
They say that
I believe that what
can't carry this.
Who's going to decide what clothes I wear now? Who's going to decide that? That's typical patriarchy, that you decide what clothes women wear also.
Okay, ma'am.
I don't subscribe to that. I will wear what I want.
Right. Neerja, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today Global. This is something that has created massive controversy. We will try playing out a few reactions. There's a lot of reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. But there are Israelis who have also come out and spoken of it. We'll go to that. But before that, tell us, what is your reading of why did Priyanka Gandhi have to make such a statement in the Indian Parliament?
In West Asia, to the cause of Palestine, and particularly to the thousands and thousands of children who've died there. And when you look at those photographs night after night, the horror of it all, and you wonder, how do we in the world, how are we allowing this to happen? So one can sympathize with that position, because she has spoken earlier also on what's happening in Palestine, about the killings there. But, you know, Priyanka Gandhi is not an individual. Priyanka Gandhi is also not an ordinary Congress MP, newly elected. And coming from the Nehru Gandhi family and the clout that the family wields in Congress affairs, it raises other questions. Of course, one can understand that the Congress's traditional position has been supportive of the Palestinian cause. We know that Mrs. Indira Gandhi was very close to Yasser Arafat. Right. But of course, it's also true that, as you were saying, that it was during Narasimha Rao's time, another Congress Prime Minister, who that diplomatic recognition was given to Israel, till then shunned by India. And if I recall right, that Yasser Arafat was in Delhi just before the announcement was made by Narasimha Rao, and Narasimha Rao took him into confidence about what they were proposing to do. So that showed the diplomatic skill of the then Congress government, and particularly Rao as Prime Minister. But today the government is doing a tightrope walk as far as West Asia is concerned, wanting to bring use its influence to bring the war to an end. But it has its linkages in what is happening in Syria, what has happened in Lebanon, and even beyond that. And of course, our relationship with the US, with Russia, with China, and these are high stake things. For the Congress, I mean, I would ask this question when I looked at that picture. This is not about Priyanka Gandhi saying, I have the right to dress the way I would like to. Of course, any woman should have the right to dress the way she wants to. But the question is this Priyanka's position, or is this the Congress's position now? That we as India should be doing more for the Palestinian cause than we have been doing in recent weeks. That has very serious implications then, if it is a party position.
Well, that's a very important point you make. Is this a party position or not? But also her response, and you pointed out very importantly, Nirja, to the reaction of Priyanka Gandhi. Now, when you're making such an important statement, whatever statement that might be, your response to it cannot be about patriarchy, that, I'm allowed to wear what I want to wear. There's a statement you made. You ought to stand by that statement and explain exactly why you were carrying a bag in solidarity of Palestine and the Palestinian cause, which really didn't come across. Do they really fail in strategy in terms of really putting across a message whilst you're making such a strong message with what you're carrying?
I think, is it that she, as a newly elected MP, wants to nudge her party towards taking a stronger position about Palestine than it has hitherto done in recent weeks? Or is it that she, her carrying the bag had the approval of the party and there was a discussion within its inner fora? We don't know the answers to that.
Absolutely, we do not know, and a lot of people have been asking questions of her and from the party, but hardly any response as to whether this was a party decision, a policy decision or not. Given that the times were very different nature when India established diplomatic relations with Israel, it was a time when Arafat himself was, and the Palestinian Authority, they were trying to mend ties with Israel or have conversation or negotiate terms with Israel. Things have really changed from then to now. And in such a scenario, again, the messaging, Nija, is it just about the Palestinian cause? And like many Israelis have come out, and we will play out the soundbite of one such individual who is saying that Congress is a complete failure because of this. But nowhere has she said she's anti-Israel. She's just saying that she sides with the cause of Palestine and that the killings have to stop. That the Congress is in a situation where it is because it does not read the room. Do you think they've not read the room? That they're reading the room wrongly? Because when you're in power, you have to deal with global politics and geopolitics very differently. It's all right to do all this when you're in the opposition.
Yeah, I think, that those are the hard realities, and yet we are sitting in, 2024 end, about to enter 2025 with technological advances, communication revolution, and that war should go on, which killed 20,000 children, should be unacceptable to the world, really. I hope something will give way in the new year to end this war.
I hope so too. But coming back to the conversation we were having on the Congress party and Priyanka Gandhi's views, while we do not know whether the Congress party endorsed it or not, would you think it would have been wise for the Congress party to go ahead with the statement that Priyanka Gandhi made in Parliament? Because a lot of them actually, while some have criticized them, including members of the Bharatiya Janata Party, a lot of them have also come out, and you look at social media, you realize have hailed her for taking this position and stand. Is she right now positioning herself so that she consolidates the space that is already actually hers, given this kind of statements she's made in the past, or is this just an individual MP making a remark?
Look, she cannot be, Priyanka Gandhi, everybody is watching her very, very carefully, and that's very naturally, as she belongs to the first family of the Congress party. Also, she's known to think politically and think on her feet.
That's true.
As far as the Congress party goes, again, given the stand the government has taken, it's a very trying to be neutral, trying to be, as I said, very cautious stand it has taken. It's not easy, given the, as you say, the global and the geopolitical realities. Therefore, the Congress has to move wisely in step in many ways with the government, with the country, with the government stand and the country stand at this position, at this moment. For Priyanka to take a position which has huge ramifications, which could have huge ramifications. If she's done it without the party's concurrence, then it is, one would wonder what she's about then.
Well, but also about leadership role, I think this is again, pitting to be what could be the future of this party and could look like the future of this party, Nisha. Just a few weeks ago, the Charge d'Affaires of the Palestinian Authority here in New Delhi met with Priyanka Gandhi, and there was a lot of connect because he gave her symbols of Palestinian solidarity, the keffiyeh. He made her wear the keffiyeh, which is that scarf with the black and white check. He also gave her a photograph of Yasser Arafat with her grandmother Indira Gandhi, and reminded her that Yasser Arafat had in fact called Indira Gandhi his sister. The insistence of supporting the cause for Palestine comes and stems from not just the Nehru Gandhi family, because everybody would seem to think that it is Nehru who began this entire support. It comes from Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, in his article, the letter, Harijan in 1938, if I'm not wrong, had actually written about how Palestine is for the Arabs, that as England is for the English, and so on and so forth. So Jawaharlal Nehru was just following Mahatma Gandhi's footsteps in actually supporting the Palestinian cause, and that came through and through and through till up until all the governments that we've seen even today. Even today, there's a balancing act. We continue to support the Palestinian cause. Of course, the approach has become different. There is a lot of support and cooperation with Israel. And in that, is Priyanka Gandhi making a statement that is beyond just what the party wants or what an individual wants, but maybe an expression of leadership here?
Could be. You could read it like that, that she is nudging her party in a particular direction, which is what leadership is all about. But one thing is very clear, to sum it up, and that Priyanka Gandhi is going to play a role which is larger than just an ordinary Congress MP's role.
Well, that is absolutely true, and you've rightly, summed up what Priyanka Gandhi's move really looks like today. It's not just an MP or a member of parliament from Wayanad who just carried bags in support of Palestine and could have just gotten away with it with maybe a few articles here and there. It's Priyanka Gandhi. And what she does will make a difference, not just to her party, but to the larger context of Indian politics itself. And she is here to make that statement. That's quite clear. Nisha Chaudhary, thank you so much for joining us. We'll still keep questioning whether it's the party or the individual, but at the end of the day, like you said, she's here to stay. She's going to make big statements. This is only her first time in Parliament. And let's just wait and see how she takes her views and what she thinks policy decisions should be of the party and the government forward. On that note, That's all we have on Statecraft this evening. Thank you so much for watching.